I want to ask you a question. Who's coaching you? Who's asking you the tough questions? Who's telling you, man, you're the common denominator to all of your issues and challenges? Who's telling you, man, all day long you become the magnetic pulse that attracts to you both good and bad? I want to be your life coach. I want to be the one that cheers you on to the finish line. I want to be the one that you ask the tough questions. And it doesn't mean that I have all the answers, but that means that you have a partner, someone who believes in you, not the you see right now, but the you can't imagine, the you that you are to become, the you were destined to be. I always say we both need the positive and the negative. It's not enough to have the knowledge of the matter, but we must have the wisdom as well. For wisdom settles it. And that's what I want to offer you as you join me on the Coach's Corner. I want to offer you the wisdom of the matter. Maybe it might be relationships, talking about our campaigns for more, for life, the dark room of our subconscious, our spiritual journey. Whatever it is, I want to be there to encourage you, to build you, to challenge you, to cheer you on to the finish line. I'm qualified to do this. Why? Because I'm you.
That's right. I'm you, and I am also Marcus Salette, a.k.a. The Coach, and welcome to a special edition of the Coach's Corner, worldwide edition, if you will. As we approach the microphone today, we always admit and confess that we have our own set of personal and professional challenges, but we are working them out with the power that has been given to us through the Lord. I said, that's right, through the Lord. And I would be remiss if I did not thank you for following us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and beyond, wherever SIBN television and radio broadcast is airing. And today I have my good friend, intern, broadcaster, international brand in development, all the way from South Africa, Miss Numbela Sunshyn. Sunshyn is her key name, and we're going to talk with her and chat about her show, Living is a Lifestyle. You're listening to the sounds of the Coach's Corner on SIBN Radio. Stand by.
Listening to the sounds of Chat with the Coach, brought to you in part by SIBN Television and Radio Networks.
Good friend, intern, broadcaster extraordinaire, fine Christian, Holy Ghost filled. Do I need to go on, Miss Sunshyn, all the way from South Africa? How are you doing today?
Hey, Coach. I'm doing so sad. Thank you for the access to be in your show finally.
Yes, and we got you on the Coach's Corner because we understand that you are doing some fabulous things. Tell everybody the name of your city and where you're from, and tell them a little bit about yourself before we talk about this audacious show that was birthed August of 2013.
All right, Coach. Well, I was born in Lusaka, Zambia. I'm not South African. I am a South African citizen, but I was not born in South Africa. I moved to South Africa in 1993 when I was about 3 years old. And now I live in Middelburg here in South Africa. And obviously a big shout out to, all our listeners of Living is a Lifestyle, as well as my followers on Facebook and on Twitter. My family, who are such a great support to me. And I am a broadcaster, been in the broadcasting business for about 6-7 years now. Started in 2007 and during my 6th year, about to complete it. And it's just been a great journey all the way.
Yes, yes, and we are extremely excited about living as a lifestyle. Listen, for all those that are listening on Blog Talk Radio, on Spreaker, on SIBN website, www.415-96radio.com, you are in for a treat as we share with you today about this new show that we want you to share with all of your friends, family, and fans. Living is a lifestyle. I want to ask Dr. Sunshyn, why did you name it Living is a Lifestyle?
I'm very passionate about living. I'm very passionate about authentic living, and this is one of my my motivations. Wherever I go and I do my motivations, whether it's events, corporate events, or schools and churches, I really press on about authentic living, being the real you. And the reason why we decided to name this is because this show basically explains me. I do not believe in living a life where you copy someone else or you try to be someone else. But this show is about your true self. This show is about getting people who are truly living an authentic life. And living is a lifestyle, about people that are truly living their purpose on this earth. And that's what I'm all about. Everything that I do, from radio broadcasting to church to motivation to TV, everything that I do, everything that I want to do is about, living a true life, living a purpose-driven life.
Listen, before we go any further, we want to tell everybody where they can tune into your show. They can go to www.blogtalkradio.com/The Motivator. That's www.blogtalkradio.com/The Motivator. Just as it sounds and just as it is, as they say in Decatur. Okay. But listen, we are ecstatic. Tell everybody a little bit about your music ministry, where you bring people into the presence of God. And I know a lot of people, if as a celebrity in the kingdom, and everyone, I always say, is a celebrity in the kingdom because God thinks more of you than you think of yourself. I felt that right there. I said, God thinks more of you. Did he say that in the word, Sunshyn? He says, my thoughts are on you. You are the apple of my eye. So tell everybody a little bit about your music ministry, because a lot of people don't know that you are a worshiper at the end of the day, the beginning and the end of the day. Tell everybody a little bit about that.
Well, there's a lot of things people don't know about me, which is why Living is a Lifestyle is an air, of course, to try and speak to people about what I do and why I do it. I always tell people, do not tell people what you have. We can see what you have, but tell people what you believe. Don't tell people what you have. Tell people what you believe. And so I tell people, wherever I go, I tell people what I believe, and that I do through music as well. I believe that God is great. I believe that God is almighty. He is the source. He is my foundation. And I've been in the worship ministry for, a number of years. I've been singing since I was 12. And I've been in the praise and worship team in my church since I was 12. So it's really been a great journey. And of course, you get to a point where, people start hating up on you, start looking at you funny when you're worshiping. And I needed to grow out of that. I needed to be strong. You know what I mean? And so it's been a real great journey for me. And one of my ministries is the worship ministry, the ministry in song, where I lead worship. I lead praise and worship at church. And it's just been an awesome journey for me.
And guys, I'm not going to put her on the spot, but the girl, I know she's not a singer. She's a psalmist, but she can let it rip, okay? Her heart is flooded with the heart of God, the thoughts of God for his people, to bring them into a place of freedom, to bring them into a place of healing, to bring them into a place where they can now go out from the church doors and fulfill their destiny and accomplish their purpose. We're going to go to break. We'll be right back, all the way from South Africa. Sunshyn is in the house. Stand by.
on SIBN television and radio. The Coach's Corner's Daily Show. Now airing. www.415-96radio.com for hardcore motivation and daily inspiration. Tune in. That's www.415-96radio. That's www.415-96radio.com.
Now is the time. To have your radio show on SIBN Radio. You're ready to share your message with the world. Then call 404-910-5019. That's right, call 404-910-5019. Producing your radio show on SIBN Radio. For more information, dial 404-910-5019. That's right. 404-910-5019. Now is the time.
SCGPW. That's right. The Select USA TV Collabo Media Groups and Partners Worldwide for a limited time has opened up its membership to the general public. Now you can collaborate worldwide with media conglomerate SIBN Television and Radio. If you want to join free of charge for this limited time offer, then visit www.WeSupportSelectUSATV.com. That's right, we have programs, benefits, service, and so much more to offer to our members exclusively at SCGPW. That's right, visit www.WeSupportSelectUSATV.com. That's www.WeSupportSALETTEUSATV.com. All right, y'all, we're back here. Special guest in the house, Numbula. Yes, Sunshyn is what they call her now. All right. Did I pronounce your name right? You laughing. What, did I pronounce it right?
I love the way you said it.
But you know what I like about technology is that we can either lift it up for Christ or lift it up for self. And you and I have chosen a common goal, as well as many other broadcasters out there. Shout out to the producer of Living is a Lifestyle. Go ahead and give him a shout out before I say what I was going to say.
A huge shout out to Dr. Walter Sims, all the way in Dothan, Alabama. Love you.
Yes. Much shout out to him and all those who play a part in ensuring that Living is a Lifestyle show goes on week after week. You're due for a little break. And this is in order. Believe me, this is in order. Anyone that works in internet radio works just as hard, if not harder, than those who are working in traditional terrestrial radio stations. And a lot of times, you don't have the luxury of being able to turn to a program director or other people to fix glitches and technical issues that may arise. But talk a little bit about the experience and how you've had to lean on the Lord as you develop and produce Living is a Lifestyle.
Well, of course, in the beginning, let's be real. You get excited, and I was so excited about it. And I realized as time went by that you have to put in so much work as any other radio broadcaster. And funny enough, you asked today, I was just talking to my parents about it, Ben and Florence Mokwena. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. I was just talking about it today, that it takes so much time to prepare a show. Just one show, whether it's an hour or 3 hours, it takes so much time. So I've put in so much, Coach, in what I do. And I always say, it's not that hard because it's part of my purpose. It's part of what I love. Mm-hmm. But the truth of the matter is it takes your time. It takes your energy. You got to think a lot. You got to be creative. You know how we do it, Coach. Mm-hmm. You got to make sure that you got the best show in the whole wide world. You got to make sure that you keep up the standard as well. It cannot drop. Mm-hmm. And so the Lord has just kept me so strong. He has kept me, going day after day. There were some times where I felt, you know what? This is not for me. I cannot do this. People can just, go on and listen to other radio stations. I cannot do this. But, my strength comes from the joy of the Lord. You know, my strength comes from the word. My strength comes from me getting on my knees each and every day in the morning when I wake up and I say, Lord, take me through this day. I need you more than anything, because the devil is also out there to steal, to kill, and destroy. We don't want to discuss him right now because he's going to get all hyped up. But all I'm saying is that as much as we push, the devil is also out there, you know, trying to do his own tricks. But the Lord has just kept me so strong, and I'm so grateful for his grace and his mercy. I love him to bits. He knows that.
Nobody Greater is the song that's playing, and if I had a little bit more courage, I'd sing it for you. But, you know, one of the things that I really, really like about broadcasting is that it's a challenge. I mean, someone once said that whatever vision God reveals to you, if you can do it, then it's not from him. But if you have to rely on him, even with the best of skill, with the best of talent, with the best advisors, with the best team, you know, you still have to rely on the Holy Ghost. I know y'all that listen to DCC in the house listen to this show for strictly motivation, but Jesus is our motivator. What can we say? This is why we do what we do. And for many of those that are listening to my show on a regular basis, they know I don't mention Jesus every 5 minutes because living is a lifestyle. We don't have to have a conversation because we're living the life. You know what I'm saying, Sunshine? I mean, we live the life every day. And we want people to ask, why do you do what you do? And when they ask that question, we can tell them it's Jesus.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you, Coach. Living is a lifestyle. We have to live the life that we preach on air. We have to live the life that we go out there and motivate people about. You know, we cannot tell people to push if we don't push. So people might be asking right now, so what pushes you guys? It's Jesus. You know, that's where we get our strength from.
That's true. That's true. And especially when you're sitting there and you've done everything you're supposed to do right, and then all of a sudden your screen goes out, or your feed goes out, or your signal goes out, and you, instead of panicking, you know, you sit there and calm. And sometimes we get a little flustered, but then we remember, this is not mine. This belongs to him. Let me calm myself. Let me quiet myself, because he's going to show me in this split second how to fix this. Now listen, tell them about some of the guests that you've had on. Give some shout outs there.
Absolutely. I've had such great people. It's been such an honor to be able to interview and speak to such great people that are doing, you know, awesome things out there. I remember in the month of August, we had a theme called What It Means to Be a Godly Woman. And I've had the likes of Miss Jacqueline Renee, all the way from North Carolina, who is running an organization called Black Women Empowered. I also had Miss Shante Truscott from Irving, Texas, who's also running an organization called Wives in Waiting. I had people from South Africa as well, big shots in South Africa from the ICANN Foundation, Dr. Nonsigelele Ngqongqo. I've also had, in the month of September, we had a great theme called Extraordinary Men. I've had the likes of Dr. Walter Sims himself, my producer from Alabama. I've had James Jones, who's from Atlanta, the A-Town. I also had him on the show as well. I've also had South African gospel artists, national artists, Sandile Celo, who's also doing awesome stuff as well. He just has his album out. I also had the privilege of interviewing him on the show.
You know, I want to give the link for those of you that want to listen to Living is a Lifestyle, which is www.blogtalkradio.com, blogtalkradio.com/The Motivator, just as it sounds, www.blogtalkradio.com/The Motivator. And go ahead on and give them some ideas of what you may be doing in the future. I know you're going to take a small break. She's going to go and rejuvenate, do some reading, do some sightseeing, buy some ice cream, go shopping, all of these things. But tell the listening audience a little bit about what's getting ready to come up for Living as a Lifestyle in the future.
Well, obviously we're going to continue to, get great people on the show to come and empower and inspire, and to get great men and women of God to come and, speak a word over living as a lifestyle. And the future plans is I want to build my very own studio, and I'm really working hard on that, to build my own studio, to have living as a lifestyle studio. I'm planning on having, of course, the brand Living is a Lifestyle, having a clothing brand as well, called LIAL, which is Living is a Lifestyle. Those are all the future plans. I'm coming down to Atlanta very soon, in 2014 as well, to come and brand Living is a Lifestyle, and to come and share with people what South Africans are doing. And yes, I am taking a little holiday break, where I'm going to be speaking to the Lord, connecting with Him again as well. So I'm looking forward to that break, to get a fresh start for 2014. I have a lot of work to do. I'm running an organization called Simply United Together here in SA, the division in South Africa, so that keeps me running as well. And I'll also be doing a lot of columns. I just have a new column in one of the newspapers here in Middelburg. So I'm also going to be doing a lot of writing. And I'm looking forward to the break in 2014 as well.
Well, shout out also to the publisher of that wonderful Middelburg South African newspaper for just allowing you to share what's on your heart and your mind. We want to celebrate that accomplishment, as well as many more that will come up. Listen, we're going to talk continuously with South Africa's president, no, South Africa's #1 broadcaster on the rise, Miss Sunshyn. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. You're listening to the Coach's Corner on SIBN Radio.
aka Sunshyn, and we here in South Africa are tuned into SIBN Radio at www.415-96radio.com. If you would like to know more about the SIBN television and radio network, complete a contact form at the website www.415-96radio.com. Salet USA TV, reaching the world.
Are you a spoken word artist?
Now is your time to be featured online. Tier 1 Promotions on the CATL show is looking for spoken word artists to be featured
on regular rotation.
If you are a spoken word artist, now is your time to be promoted on Tier 1 Promotions with the CATL show. For more information, dial 404-910-5019. That's 404-910-5019. Or email us your bio and your links to work online. Global coverage at selectusatv.info. Global coverage at selectusatv.info. Calling all spoken word artists nationwide. Nationwide call for all spoken word artists. Nationwide call for all spoken word artists. This has been your CATL GAS Global Artist Showcase promotion.
All submissions must be wholesome and positive, please. Suitable for SIBN television and radio networks.
Ustedes están escuchando SIBN, transmitido por Salet USA TV. Síguenos en Twitter @SaletUSATV o visítenos en www.41596radio.com.
Hey, we're back here at the Coach's Corner, keeping it locked, keeping it live right here on SIBN Radio's network, and all the way from South Africa. Middelburg is in the house, y'all. Gonna give you a shout out, girl, to some folks up there in Middelburg.
Obviously, love to give a big shout out to my family. They've been such great support. All the listeners of Living is a Lifestyle, as well as the entire Middelburg. I mean, Middelburg is on a rise. We are doing great stuff. Young people are doing just awesome things. I'm talking about, the recent newspaper that has just come out in Middelburg, which I have a column in. I'm doing a motivational column on there. Very excited about it. So big shout out to those guys as well. To my church, to my pastor, the young people of my church, such great young people, and all the young people of Middelburg. They know I have a big, great passion for all of them. So holla back to you guys.
Yes, Sunshyn is in the house, and don't forget now to follow her on Twitter at Lifestyle Living. Lifestyle without the E for the victory. Now, you ain't gonna put all that, but Lifestyle without the E Living, okay? That's LIFESTYLIVING. And then hit her up on Facebook. Living is a Lifestyle. Now, if they want to be a guest, Sunshyn, what do they need to do?
You can contact me. We invite different types of people. If you know you're doing awesome stuff in your community, and if you know that you are just going out there and kicking the devil's butt, excuse my language, if you know you're just doing great stuff, you can contact me on dj.sunshyn, that's dj.sunshyn@gmail.com, or you can follow me personally on Twitter. You can go to Sunshyn NSM, that's SUNSHYN, capital letters NSM.
Yes, and you know what, a lot of people don't know that you have studied media. This is not something you just woke up, last week and say, oh, I want to be a star, but this is in your blood. And I know your mom is your biggest shout out. You don't give your mom and your pastor. I ain't hear nothing about your mom and your pastor. She gonna get you.
Well, I did give a shout out to my family, but of course a big shout out to my biggest fan, which is my mom, Florence Mukwena. I love her so much. She's my pillar. I love her to bits. So big shout out to her. And yes, I did study media at City Varsity here in South Africa. Well, talking has always been in my blood. I was born talking. I just had to go and get my credits, study, and then that's when I started doing radio professionally as well.
Hey, listen, somebody out there right now listening is going through a very difficult time before we leave the air, and they don't realize that living is a lifestyle. Perhaps their lifestyle is empty and void of the power that we have that is in Christ Jesus. I want you to take about 1 minute or so and just speak to them and encourage them real quickly.
I'm going to start with young people, Coach, because, that's where my passion is, and that's the ministry. I'm going to be very honest with the listeners right now. Being young and being saved ain't easy. Being young and being a Jesus follower is not easy. It's one of the most challenging lifestyles. I believe it's one of the most challenging lifestyles because we have so many things going on in our lives. We are young, we're trying to impress, we're trying to make it, we're trying to be successful. But I can guarantee you today, if you do not have Jesus in your life, then you are lost. If you do not have Jesus as your foundation, you will not make it, not with the challenges that this world has. So I want to encourage, those that maybe have lost hope, those that have, backslidden. Get back into the game. Get back into this lifestyle. Be a Jesus follower. Go out there and preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. Be strong. Hold on. Hang in there. It hasn't been easy for me. I've had so many challenges in my life as a young person. I'm only 23 years old, yet God, because of the grace of God, I'm doing such big things. I'm able to interview people from all over the world because of the grace of God, but it hasn't been easy. So what I can say is, go out there, guys. Be young people that are true followers in spirit and in truth. Be motivated. Stay motivated in your life. Read books. Read a lot. Read the word of God, and make sure that you live the lifestyle. Don't just preach the gospel, but live the gospel, because that's what it's all about. And young people, hang in there, man. You gotta hold on. You just gotta hang in there.
And to all of your followers on your show, Living is a Lifestyle, you get the final word to tell them to keep praying and keep following. But what do you want to share with Living as a Lifestyle followers?
Firstly, Coach, I want to say thank you to all the people. I know they're going to be listening to this recording as well, to this show, to say, you know what, when you start a radio show, you don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 months. You don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 years. You never know who is listening. But I want to say thank you to all the listeners. Thank you to the people that believe in Sunshyn, the people that are praying for Sunshyn. Thank you so much for your prayers. Your prayers are what keep me strong. Believe it. Your prayers prayers and your dedication to living the lifestyle is what keeps it going. So thank you so much, guys. I love each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Hey, that's our time. You've been listening to the DCC right here on SIBN Radio. This the coach, and whatever you do, follow us on Twitter at Select USA TV and follow Sunshyn at Lifestyle Living without the E, okay? Hit her up on Facebook, Living is a Lifestyle, and the email dj.sunshyn@gmail.com. This has been a great and fabulous show with our special guest all the way from South Africa. Until next time, join us right here on DCC at www.415-96radio.com. Mr. Coach, stand by.